We're really excited to present preliminary data from our phase 1 clinical trial that evaluates CPI-613, which is a novel mitochondrial inhibitor. We're combining this drug with bendamustine, a drug that's been around for a long time, particularly in Europe, in patients with relapsed or refractory T cell lymphomas. So peripheral T cell lymphomas represent about 10% of non-Hodgkin lymphomas. And unlike their B cell counterparts, they actually have a dismal prognosis. There is a significant area of unmet need in patients with relapsed or refractory disease. So really the goal of this trial was to try to meet that unmet need and provide options for patients in whom our current options are not very good. So this is, like I said, a phase 1 clinical trial. We did what we call a modified 3+3 dose escalation design. And so far we've had 8 patients on study that we are presenting later on today. And we've been able to see 3 complete responses and 1 partial response in our evaluable patients. So that's really, really exciting. We started at a dose of 2,000 milligrams per meter squared of CPI, and the first patient received 2,000 milligrams per meter squared. The second patient received 2250 per meter squared, and then we went into a traditional 3+3 design where we had 2500, 2750, and so on. One of the most common things that we see with CPI-613 is diarrhea, but the diarrhea is controllable with over-the-counter medications. So diarrhea is quite common. In my trial, which is unique from some of the other CPI trials, we have seen some hematologic toxicities with lymphopenia, which has almost been universal and is common in most of our lymphoma regimens. We have seen a little bit of neutropenia, and we have seen some thrombocytopenia, but not where we're requiring platelet transfusions. The overall response rates of the evaluable patients in this trial is 80%.
Some of the first trials we were speaking to Dr. Pardee just now, and it's a whole new modality, it seems like. So if there are any patients or clinicians watching this who think they might have eligible patients, what are kind of criteria for entry here, and could they be recruited?
Absolutely. So we are interested in patients who have relapsed and/or refractory disease. So if they have progressed from their first-line therapy, they would be eligible for trial. In patients who have ALK positive or negative anaplastic lymphomas, we would prefer for them to have progressed on brentuximab, which is an approved drug in that area. And as long as their kidney function and liver function and their performance status is adequate, they would be eligible for this trial. To find out, you can go to clinicaltrials.gov and search Dr Lamar or CPI-613, and you will be able to find this trial. T cell lymphomas really are a rare population of lymphoma, and we really hope that as this goes into phase 2 and ultimately phase 3 studies, that this becomes a good option for patients.